Good morning or afternoon. This is a tape to augment chapter 6. We are going on, but I want you to get very familiar with classes and objects. We're going to come back to it. You're going to constantly need it. So I want you to listen to this, and you'll be evaluated over both this tester, class, and circle. I'm first going to talk about circle and read some of these concepts. I want you to get a copy of the Blue Pelican Java book. You can either download it off our local area network or go on the internet, look up Blue Pelican Java, create an account, and download a free PDF book. It'll help you with other things too. Lesson 15, Classes and Job Objects by Blue Pelican Java. A class is like a cookie cutter, and the cookies it produces are the objects. One cookie cutter, many possible cookies. One class, many possible objects. Now, you can read the circle class for yourself. I just want you to observe a couple things. It's different than the classes we normally look at. Let's see here. Hold on. I want to make sure I get the right circle class. First of all, when we create the class circle, we create the cookie cutter. When we create objects, we create the cookies. Okay? We want to have the ability to interrogate the various circle objects we might have created and asked for area, circumference, or diameter. Now, he gives you all the necessary things to create this class. Remember, this is done in the source folder. Public, its access modifier is public. Class circle. You'll also notice he does not list radius first. He puts radius last, and he makes radius, the instance variable, public. We'll get to that in a second. Comment. This part is called the constructor and lets us specify the radius of a particular circle. Public circle, capital C, double R, open brace, radius equals R, semicolon, close brace. One constructor, corresponding to lines 24 to 27 in the example on the right. Couple methods. First method is called area. It performs some action. In this case, it calculates the area of the circle and returns it. So the signature is public double area, parentheses, close parentheses, open brace, double A gets a value of math.pi times radius, semicolon, return A. Remember, A is a double, so it matches the return type. And then circumference. Public double circumference. Double C equals 2 times math.pi times radius, returns C. Two methods, okay? Area. This, remember, is the signature for area. This is the signature for circumference. Last, public double radius. He calls this an instance variable, but it's also known as an instance field or data member. Instantiating an object. Now, when we start talking about instantiation, we talk about the tester class. Use the words and the variables he uses. Now, let us use our cookie cutter, the circle class, to create two cookies, circle objects. Place the following code in the main method. Circle cr1 equals new circle 5.1 semicolon. Circle cr2, I'm going to call these sirs from now on, equals new circle 20.6. With the cookie cutter, we say we create a cookie. With a class, we instantiate an object. So we just instantiate an object calling sir1 having a radius of 5.1 and another object called sir2 with a radius of 20.6. From this point, we don't refer to circle, instead we refer to sir1 and sir2. Let's suppose we wish to store the radius of sir1 in a variable called xx. Now this would be again in tester. Double xx equals circle radius 1. For example, I'm going to put up here double xx equals sir1 dot radius. Notice, because he's made it public, we don't need a semicolon. There's no accessor. Now let's ask for and print out the area of circle 2. I've already got that in line 10. Save this and run it so you can get to see the output, which is down here. Area of circle 2 with a radius of 20.6 is 1333 point whatever that decimal. A closer look at methods. We will now look at the signature, also called the methods declaration of this area method. Public double area, parentheses. Access control is public. The word public gives us access from outside the circle. Notice above that we have used circle2.area, and this code was in some other class. So public lets us have access to the area method from outside the world. Return data type, double. The word double above tells us that what type the variable is returned. When we issue the statement system.out println circ2.area, what we do expect to be returned from the call to the area method. The answer is we expect a double precision number, since the area calculation may well yield a decimal fraction. Method name. The word area is part of the signature above, is the name of the method, and could be any name you want or like. Naming convention. Notice all methods begin with a small letter. This is not a hard and fast rule, however, it is a convention. Parameters. This is important. You guys got to use the word parameters. In college, they're going to throw at you parameters, formal parameters, actual parameters. Right now, this would be a formal parameter when it's in a method. The parentheses that follows the name of the method normally will contain parameters. So far, in our circle class, none of the above methods have parameters, so the parentheses are all empty. However, the parameters must still be there. Okay, he gives you set radius. I mentioned see set radius. I added set radius down here. Note in the outline, you've got circle as a class. I put radius first as a double. Then you've got the constructor with one parameter, area, which returns a double, circumference, which returns a double, and set radius, which has one parameter, but it returns void. The outline gives you a list of the instance variables or fields and the methods. That's why it can be handy. What I want you to do, and this is lesson 15 in the Blue Pelican, I want you to create the circle class using everything he gives you, but also include one he's going to put down here in the project. I want you to put in the diameter. After you've put in diameter, test it with the tester class. Okay? You've seen my tester class. So now, if I add right here, sir1 dot diameter parentheses, it's going to give me an area. An error. Why is it giving me an error? Because diameter does not exist in circle yet. You can create it by going there and fixing it up. He gives you this diameter class. You should be able to write it. It will be public, and it will return a double. Okay? And then you can calculate diameter right there. One of the easy ways to calculate diameter is what? Radius times 2. You can actually put it right there. He didn't have to declare. Okay. Make sure that when you test it, you get the same answers he did. Create a circle 1 and pass it in 35.5. The other thing about this lesson is I want you to answer 1 through 6 in the extra exercises, and you can either freeze it or you could listen to this, but I'm going to read it to you now. Lesson 1, double length equals 44.0 semicolon. Int width equals 13. Rectangle, my rectangle equals new rectangle, left parenthesis, length, comma, width, right parenthesis. A, identify the class. Which part of line 3 is the class? Identify the object. What type of parameters are passed to the constructor? Number 2, write the signature for the constructor of the rectangle class from number 1 above. You have enough information there to do that. Continue with numbers 3 through 6. Suppose a constructor for the lunch class is as follows. Public lunch, left parenthesis, Boolean diet, comma, int cal, right parenthesis, diet yes or no equals diet. So you're changing instance variable, diet yes or no. Calories equals cal. Write appropriate code that will create a lunch object called Yummy5. Tell the constructor that yes, you are on a diet and the number of calories should be 900. Bank account. Account 93 equals new bank account 501.4300. Identify the class. Identify the object. What type of parameters are passed to the constructor? And in number 5, a class is like what? An object is like fill in the blanks. What's wrong with number 6? Okay, hope this goes well. I'm going to stop it now. I want you to listen to it, try it. This is due Monday.